Om Shanti. Today's Murli. Essence. Sweet children, be sensible while doing everything. Be sensible while doing everything. Be careful that Maya doesn't make you perform sinful action. Be careful so that Maya doesn't make you perform sinful actions. Question. What must you imbibe in order to glorify the Father's name? Answer. In order to glorify the Father's name, be trustworthy and faithful. Do service honestly. Become the flowing Gangaj and continue to give everyone the Father's message. Completely control your physical senses. Renounce all desires. Behave according to the disciplines and don't be lazy. First of all, instill knowledge and yoga into yourself and you will then be able to glorify the Father's name. Song. What has happened to human beings of today? Om Shanti. This is the condition of Bharat of today. In this song, they are illustrating the fallen condition of Bharat. In another song, they also sing the phrase of Bharat. The world doesn't know these things. Among you children too, some of you understand that Bharat was 100% sensible and it has now become 100% senseless. It remains 100% sensible for 2500 years and it then becomes completely senseless. It takes a full half cycle for it to become senseless. Only the one Father then makes those who have become completely senseless sensible. When people do something senseless, their consciences bites them. Sins that have been committed are remembered. You should now do things with understanding. Be very careful that you don't do anything without understanding. Maya attacks in such a way that you don't even realize it. There is also the semi-intoxication of lust. Children write, Baba, storms come. The storm of lust is no less. Many types of intoxication make your head hot tempered. Love for the body is also like that and it pulls the intellect. When there isn't full yoga and your stage is weak, a lot of damage is caused. Baba receives many reports. The storms are very strong. Greed also harasses you a great deal and makes you act unlawfully. Just as those people are renunciates, you too are renunciates. They are Hat yogis and you are Raj yogis. They too are number wise. Some just stay in their little huts and food is sent to them there or they ask for it to be sent there. When human beings renounce the voices, purity pulls them. It is number wise among them too. Here too the strength of the power of knowledge and yoga is required. The more you stay in yoga, the less you will be concerned about all of those things. Yoga is a sign of good health. Although you have to suffer for your past actions, it still depends on yoga too. It shouldn't be, I want such and such a thing. Sannyasis never ask for anything. They have the power of yoga. Those who have yoga with the elements have that strength too. The religious sannyasis who remain naked control themselves with drugs. That is artificial. Everything for you depends on yoga. You have yoga with the Father through which you receive a high status. Your dirty religion has a lot of happiness. You are receiving Srimad for that. Those people don't receive God's directions. God comes and gives you directions. You receive such a huge inheritance. Your attainment is for 21 births. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul comes and teaches you. However, some children forget the Father. If you continue to have full yoga, the vices of greed, attachment, etc. will not harass you. They harass many. I want this, I want that. Those who are firm sannyasis don't have this. They simply accept whatever they are given through a window. Those who have total control over their physical senses will never ask for anything else. However, some of them do take things. It is the same here. In fact, it is good to conduct yourself according to whatever you receive from God's treasure store. People have many desires. When their desires are not fulfilled, they become lazy. Here everyone has to become honest and faithful, and of all desires. You children have to become very elevated. The Father makes you children make effort in every way so that you glorify the Father's name. Firstly, stay in yoga, imbibe knowledge and inspire others to do the same. Firstly, we should stay in yoga, imbibe knowledge and also spread this knowledge to everyone. The Ganges has to flow. Explain to people what true yoga is. God is everyone's father. Krishna is not God and the Father. The Father says, now remember me and I will give you the inheritance of peace and happiness. It is such an easy matter. The arrow doesn't strike someone because there is one weakness or another. There is plenty of service to do. People have time when they go to cremation grounds. If you children are sensible and you are interested in doing service and you do not have any voices, you go there and explain, tell them, remember the one Father, because by doing that you will receive the fruit, that is the inheritance. What do sannyasis, Hatha yogis and gurus give you? Whatever teachings they give you, they are for temporary happiness. All the rest simply continue to cause sorrow, whereas this Father shows you the path to constant happiness. The Father says, now remember me, destruction is just ahead. If you remember me, you will become the masters of heaven. You have to remain pure. You have to give invitations. Day by day, the points are made very easy for you. In the big cities, many people go to cremation grounds. Very good service can be done at the cremation grounds. Some children say that they don't have time. Okay, take time off and go there. There is a lot of benefit in doing service. Destruction is to take place. There will be earthquakes and dams etc. will burst everywhere. Elsewhere, many calamities are going to come. Those who have knowledge will continue to dance. At the end, only serviceable children will be able to remain as stable as Hanuman. Some are such that they will die just on hearing the explosion of a bomb. Some will die even if hearing the explosion of a bomb. Hanuman is just an example of one, but there will of course be 108 such strong ones like Hanuman. That strength will be developed by your doing service, and the strength will come by doing service. The Father says, children, claim a high status by doing service so that you don't have to repent later on. This is why you are told in advance to claim a high status. It is very easy to explain to anyone. You can also go and explain to the people in the temples who gave them their kingdom. They would immediately say, God gave it. Ask people who gave them their wealth and they will immediately say, God. Explain to them how God gave wealth to Lakshmi and Narayan. By knowing the Father, you too can attain this status. Come and I shall explain to you, or you can come to this address to understand more. You don't have to offer any money, etc. here. You children have all the secrets in your intellects. Who gave Lakshmi and Narayan and Sita and Rama their kingdoms? They must definitely have received them from God. The sun and moon dynasty kingdoms are being established. You have had visions of how Lakshmi and Narayan hand over the kingdom to Rama and Sita. Lakshmi and Narayan receive it from God. You can at least explain this much. These things are very easy and very sweet. Tell them the Father is the highest on high. Do you know the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? Baba says constantly, remember me alone. Krishna can't be called Baba. Krishna claimed that status in his previous birth by studying Raj Yoga. Note down such points so that you don't forget them. When people have to remember something, they tie a knot. You too simply tie a knot for two things. Simply continue to relate these two things to others. The Father says, Manmana Bhav, Madhya Jeev Bhav. Remember me alone and also remember the one in the middle, Vishnu, your aim and objective. Madhya Jeev Bhav means remember the one in the middle, Vishnu, your aim and objective. You can also do a lot of service at the exhibitions. The Father has told us to give everyone the message, renounce all bodily religions. You were souls alone. Now remember me and your Father, and your sins will be absolved, and you will come to me, become pure in this final birth. If you want to go to land of immortality, remember me. Simply do the business of explaining this. You have been stumbling around performing devotion for half the cycle. Give everyone this message in this birth. You can also beat drums about what Baba is. Baba says Baba's message has to be given. The Father says, remember me. If you want to understand more, you can come and do so. You can do a lot of service. All the expenses can be paid. You can cook for yourself. You can do service. There is a lot of scope for service to be done. However, if it is not in someone's fortune, what can one do? The personality is also sin. Baba says, okay, I shall prepare a kit bag for you so that you can go and explain even a few secrets of someone. Baba has come to grant you the fruit of your devotion. He says, children, now become bodiless and return home. Therefore, remember me and you will reach your karmatit stage. Baba guarantees that you will become the masters of heaven. Many will receive the message. You can go and serve in your own villages or go outside and do service. Expenses will be paid. Someone should at least do service and demonstrate this practically. Even if you remain at work, a lot of service can be done. Do your business for 8 hours. Rest for 8 hours, and then there is still a lot of time. If someone serves with honesty for even 1 hour, he can claim a very good high status. Go around everywhere, but you need to be fearless. First of all, tell them I am not a beggar. First of all, we should tell them I am not a beggar. I have come to show you the path to God. I have been given this order, and so only after giving you this great mantra of just 1 minute will I live. This is the life-giving herb. I have come to give you Baba's message. The Father says constantly remember me alone. There is a lot of service to do, but if you are body conscious, the arrow will not strike anyone. Remain honest with the Father. It should not be that you continue to remember your friends and relatives. I want this, I want that. You must not ask for anything. You cannot accept anything from anyone. You cannot eat anything prepared by others. You eat what we have prepared ourselves. You will receive a lot of strength by eating that which you have prepared yourself. However, no one makes that much effort. Maya is very powerful. The illness of body consciousness goes away with great difficulty. It takes a lot of effort. When some are unable to stay in yoga, they stop cooking anything for themselves. Acha, you can eat while in yoga. You can eat while in yoga. A lot of effort is required to create the stage of soul consciousness. Lot of effort is required. Go to the big spiritual gathering and explain just one thing. God speaks. Constantly remember me alone, and you will go to heaven. Bharat was heaven. To become a master of world requires great effort. It is a high status. It is not a big thing to become one of the subjects. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, the Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to spiritual children. We spiritual children say good morning to spiritual father and thank you Baba, a sense for dharna. In order not to perform any action without understanding, accumulate the power of knowledge and yoga. Make time and definitely do service with honesty and fearlessness. A lot of strength will be received by your doing service. In order to be saved from the illness of body consciousness, eat your food whilst being very yogyukt. If possible, prepare the food yourself and only take pure food. Blessing. May you be a world transformer who transform the impure feelings and intentions of all souls. Just as a rose takes strength from bad smelling fertilizer and becomes a fragrant rose, in the same way, you elevated, world transformer souls have to transform impure, wasteful, ordinary feelings and intentions into greatness. When you transform impure intentions and feelings into pure intentions and feelings, you will easily and naturally imbibe the qualifications for becoming an avyakt angel like Father Brahma. When this is done, the beads of the rosary will come close to one another. Slogan: become an experienced image, and the sparkle of fortune will be visible on your face. Experience the stage of being merged in love. Bap Dada has so much love for you children that he feels each child should go ahead of him. Each child should go ahead of him. Father wants in the world too, whomever you love a lot, you would wish them to go ahead of you. This is a sign of love. Bap Dada says, let my children not have any weaknesses. Let each one become complete, perfect and equal. Let each one become complete, perfect and equal. Om Shanti. Thank you.